Hi, and thanks for joining me for our webinar introduction to the ENVision mobile dashboard. The first thing is that you should have been sent an invite link to your email address so that you can set up your account login and password. It will look like this, and once you click on it, you can set your password. There will also be a link down here to instructions that help you get set up. Once you've set your password, you'll be automatically taken to the home page to log in. If you've already set your password, then simply come to this address, realtime.envisionmobile.co/login, which will be on your email, and enter your details into the login screen to get started. Either way, well done, you're in. Once you have logged in, you'll be shown a screen where you can add your favorite dashboards, which is here. To see your standard dashboards for your organization, please click on the dashboard button, and then you will see the below screen with your dashboard options. Currently, there will be 3 dashboards, 2 of which will show you detail at an individual user level, here, and one which shows the aggregated data of all the users. These are just my own organizational dashboards up here, and you may end up working with more than one organization. Let's start by looking at the profit and loss dashboard. Simply click on this and the dashboard will open. This dashboard can be filtered by the businesses who are part of your account. So up here we've got Aneri's Solar Distribution, Nick's General Store, and Eric's Phone Accessories. It can also be filtered by date. For example, let's decide to look at the last 3 months of 2018, and we'll do this here by amending the 1st of October through to the 31st of December 2018. And now we have to remember to click refresh, and it's very important to remember that as we have to refresh after date or business changes. We're actually going to look at Eric's Phone Accessories business as well, so we'll just refresh again for that period of time, and then we can start looking at the top 3 metrics. These top 3 metrics are in line with what is shown on the report section of the ENVision mobile app. We have profit and loss, revenue, and total expenses. Total expenses are inventory purchases, being cost of goods, plus expenses. We do not register any assets to avoid complexity. We can, of course, amend these graphs so you can see different things. For example, if you wanted to see a certain aspect around expenses or just inventory expenses, that's something that we could add. The graphs at the bottom show your sales by product in terms of price and units sold and your weekly profits. Again, always hit refresh on the top right to get the most up-to-date data, as it will not automatically load for you. These figures will help you work with your businesses with a better understanding of their performance over time and at different points in time. As this is a really important feature of our product, let's look at some of the examples of what we mean by this and what type of insights we could get. For example, we can see that our entrepreneur Eric with his mobile phone business has a fairly weak profit margin over the period, with 363,000 Ugandan shillings of profit on 3 million Ugandan shillings of revenue. You can check how this compares with other businesses in the industry, because you'll likely have other businesses on this organization, plus your own knowledge. If Eric had weaker profit margins than other similar businesses, then you can use this data to sit down with him and try to work out why this is the case. However, if we dig a little deeper and look at a different view, we can see on our weekly profits graph that Eric had a bad week around the end of October. This may be because Eric bought new stock, as we would expense that straight away, but it would again be an area to look at. For example, if your organization provides short-term loans or inventory support, this data can help you make that decision. Another data insight we can gather here is that we are selling a lot of low revenue items and very few high revenue items, such as the itel i14 phone. See here, we've only sold 13 units, sold a lot more of MTN airtime. Now let's review the other dashboard. Simply click Dashboards again, and this time we'll select the second dashboard. Again, we're going to set our dates. We're going to look at the same date period so that we ensure we're consistent. And we're going to pick Eric's business again, and then we're going to hit refresh. On this dashboard here, the focus is different to the other dashboard. And again, we can customize these dashboards for your needs. For example, in addition to revenue and expenses, you can see the last data entry, regardless of what date range you have set. This is a quick and easy way of ensuring your businesses are updating the app on a regular basis. Or it could act as a warning sign of limited activity within the business, prompting you to reach out and ask them if they need support, or give them a gentle reminder of the need to collect good records. In the future, you'll be able to message the user directly from the dashboard to set up the reminders, and we have many other exciting features coming soon to this section. You can see revenue versus units sold as a percentage visualization, and here the biggest data insight is the quantity of products being sold versus the number of units sold. and the margin earned by each inventory item. Finally, you can see sales by day, split by total sales value and number of units sold. Again, let's look at some examples of the type of insights and actions we could get with this data. If we look at sales by day, we can see very large fluctuations. Again, this may be normal for the business, but it's something that makes cash flow very hard, as well as inventory planning, meaning you may want to offer support to handle these cash flow needs or improve the sales patterns. The other element to watch out for based on this data is what products could really grow the business. For example, sales of the itel A14 phone make up 12.9% of units sold, but 58.1% of the revenue. You should therefore consider advising the business as to whether they can sell more of those items. Or, if you supply those items, perhaps more of those can be offered on credit, along with more support on how to sell them. Let's head to the final dashboard, which shows the aggregated results of all the businesses you work with. You'll see there's a lot more data on this dashboard, and we're going to look from November up until now to see how the business has been doing over the last 5 months. There's a lot more learnings from these analytics. We can see here that we have quite a large amount of installment payments, for example, as a proportion across all businesses at 36%. Now, this may not be a problem if this is normal in your industry or the other industries you work with, but it is worth checking. In particular, we should check that the businesses are not too reliant on one customer paying. If we look over here at the breakdown of what customers owe, we can see no very large balances as we click through. But what we can see is that Nick has no customer debts, Eric has only a couple, and Aneri has lots. Now, although they're different type of businesses with Aneri in solar and Eric in phones and Nick in a general store, this would be something I would definitely be looking into to make sure that Aneri is managing her cash versus installment sales properly and in line with industry norms. Congratulations, you're now all set to start looking at the businesses you're working with in a greater depth. One final thing to show you is some extra features of the dashboard. If you go to the top right of any section of the dashboard, you will see 3 dots. If you click this, you will get download options so that you can share the information as needed. For example, with a customer list, it can be very handy to download this as a CSV file. On graphs and other visualizations, you can see a range of icon options if you scroll over the top right of the visualizations here. You can do things such as download as an image as a PNG file, which is fantastic if you're preparing presentations or reports. You can zoom in, you can reset the axis, and if you hover over each icon, it will tell you what the option is. Finally, if you want to view something bigger, then scroll to the bottom right of the dashboard section you are looking at and click the little box there, and the section will become a new large focus pop-up. Congratulations! You're now able to start analyzing the businesses you work with to help them support them, learn and grow. Good luck, and if you have any questions, please contact us on info@envisionmobile.co.